The Wrangler Rubicon is ready to tackle any destination, and with the 4xE, you can do so with electric power. All-terrain KO2 tires for all traction requirements. Upgraded styling for the 4xE, plush inside with Nappa Leather and power seats. Standard technology upgrades. The 2024 Wrangler Rubicon 4xE is the best ever. What's up, everybody? I'm Jonathan Sewell Sales on the Bollweevil Circle at Mitchell, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram, and Jeep. And you see behind me the 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xE. And we're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna go all the way around so that you can choose if this vehicle is the right one for you. So let's jump in.
More car vids. More car vids.
Getting started up front, although I'm new to Jeep, this is an American icon, and it's immediately recognizable as fun, as utility, and now we have better economy and more safety, which is new for 2024. And of course, you see with these blue accents here, this is to signify the 4xE, and we'll talk about the powertrain in just a minute when we go under the hood. However, this powertrain has been out since 2021, and this Rubicon, of course named after the Rubicon Trail, is designed to go anywhere, and now you can enjoy better fuel economy, or in fact, zero fuel as you are driving on battery power. So that's one upgrade that makes it more fun for all parties involved. Of course, as I mentioned, the Heritage grille here with the 7 slots, whether you are of the belief that that's because this is the first vehicle to be on all 7 continents, or if it was just a design change to win over the contract in 1941 over Ford to give it a different look here. Whichever, we know when we see those 7 slots that this is a Jeep product, and of course the large headlights as well. And this is that Rubicon, as we mentioned, so you do have several upgrades, of course fog lights also on the fenders there, and the all-terrain tires, which are a BF Goodrich all-terrain KO2, and these are about 33 inches, and this is a quiet but durable tire. Of course, it's not as quiet as some, but with all the thick meat on it here, it'll allow you to go anywhere you want, but have a good on-road feel as well. And speaking of the Rubicon, of course, we have the Dana front and rear axles, and these are actually designed for even larger tires, so you can dress up your Jeep however you want, however you need. But of course, these are designed for better performance on all terrains, on off-road, rock crawling, whatever your situation calls for. Of course, you see, and part of the designs that I love is the little Jeeps all the way around. So you see the blue accent there on the center cap. And these are a 17-inch wheel, so you do get more meat with that rubber. So for off-roading or what have you, you can have a lot of cushion between you and the rocks or what have you, whatever's necessary. And all the blue accents here and the trail rated, of course, outlining the Rubicon on the hood here. And this one's upgraded to the 3-piece hardtop, which means that it is quieter than the soft top, of course, but in 2024, there's also more sound dampening materials there through some of the safety upgrades that make it an overall better ride, more enjoyable, even on the road, better than most competitors with that lower cabin noise. We'll look inside in just a minute as we continue around. Of course, we want to have our spare tire, which is factory spec here with the wheel and the tire. So if you do have to replace one out and about, you won't be lacking anything. This one also has the blue accent of the tow hook there and your trailer hitch receiver, so you can add that. And you also notice that this one has the upgrades of the sensors. So you do have perimeter and parking sensors there, as well as some upgraded safety that senses the perimeter there and makes sure that you don't back into anything as those are working. So we take a look at the cargo back here. A lot of good stuff and accessories here. Of course, it's still a Jeep, so you can still remove all the doors and do anything you want. All the electric components here, here's your charging cable, but all the other components are waterproof and encased, so you don't have to skimp on the fun just because you're saving or opting to save on fuel. You also have a charger back here, and roll bar is nice and gloss black around. So when you take the top off, everything's going to be stylish. You have the upgraded Alpine stereo with your subwoofer here, and you have a case for all of these plugs right here, so you can load them in and out as necessary wherever you're going. One thing that Jeep has done is added charging points at some of the most popular destinations, more on the West Coast side. But there are, of course, here at the dealership and most dealerships, but also around town, there are multiple chargers. The rear glass back here does have a defroster with a wiper, which is nice. So you can clean that up as necessary. And even back here on the back, you have a automatic or advanced keyless system there to unlock the doors, so you don't have to worry about taking your key out of your pocket, whatever the situation may be. And this nice little LED design on the tail lights is nice. As we continue around, as I mentioned, this is all designed like a Jeep, and you have your port right here up front. So higher up and right here off of the front door, wherever you need to charge, it's an easy connection there. And of course, your regular fuel goes right back in the back, and this is a locked cap, so you can release that on the inside. And you do have all your safety features on this one I didn't mention, but you do see the cameras around. So you have your trail camera up front. Also, you see the new stylish antenna put in the glass right here, so you don't have to worry about an FM AM antenna, and should still pick up heavy signal strengths. And then your camera in the windshield there for a pre-collision setup, as well as other monitoring there. So everything's upgraded, and as you would expect for 2024. Now let's check out under the hood. Also, before we open this up, this one does have the matte black here to reduce the glare on the driver, which is appreciated, in the blue accent for 4XE. As we pop this open here, of course, this has a hybrid or electric drivetrain and a gas engine. So this is the 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder that we have on the Sport S trims. And of course, that is defaulted with 270 horsepower, 295 torque rating. But with the plug-in hybrid setup here, this actually jumps to 375 horsepower with 470 pound-feet of torque. So this is a good upgrade, but not just on this Rubicon trim, but on every 4XE has the same rating. So very strong get up and go with 375 horsepower. And you can see how everything's fit nice and snug in here. So you have your battery here, your fuses and relays, your air induction here with your air filter, all the way around to the back with the turbo back there. And you also see up front here all these different coolants here, and this is of course your windshield washer fluid and brake fluid right here. So everything fits snug, as this is the same size spec as your regular Wrangler, but everything's a little more compact. And of course, this battery is a 17.3 kilowatt hour battery, is rated at 21 miles of electric range. However, and we'll see when I crank this one up in just a minute, this one was showing 26. So somewhere in that range, depending on the type of driving that you do and how you have all the other systems online, air conditioning and things like that. Of course, your oil is right up top on this engine, a 5W30 synthetic, which is nice if you're going to be doing your own maintenance there. Of course, with all hybrids, I would recommend letting the dealership take care of you. And while we're talking about drivetrain, everything that's gas related is 5 years or 60,000 miles. And then your some hybrid components in the battery is 8 years, 100,000 miles. So you have a lot of coverages there and a lot of protection on this which is pretty much the standard warranty across the industry, the 8 years, 100. So a lot of fun opportunities here with this hybrid setup. So it's 49 mpge, and so it's 20 city, 20 highway, which is 20 combined, which is pretty good. Of course, this one does change a little bit because of the tread on the tires, but you can easily get this one up over 20 mpg depending on the type of driving that you do. And then of course the 21 to 25 miles of range there, EV range, is perfect for most folks around town. And then on the weekends you have that gas engine to take you for all the fun. Let's jump in and check out all the goodies inside. Again, you do have the touch sensitive advanced keyless option there to open up. And in the event that you did have a failure or battery shortage on your Jeep fob here, you can always switchblade it to open up the key with the manual lock here. And as I mentioned, you do have the power in the intro. You do have power seats over here with a lumbar control. And to tie the outside in, you do have blue stitching as well, which is a nice upgrade, as well as the blue Rubicon in the seat backs. Also the blue stitching and this wonderful pattern all the way on the inside of the leather wrap steering wheel. And then you also have blue buttons here on your different drive modes and across the dash, which is soft touch materials and looks really nice. Really has upgraded the Jeeps all around. Nice little cargo net here and that stitching. Of course, your power mirrors are right here, and these are heated. So you have the rear defrost and the side mirrors are heated. This one's also upgraded with your blind spot monitor and rear cross traffic. So as most of us are going to drive this day to day and on the weekend, so it has all those safety features as well and conveniences right here in the door. And again, as I mentioned, this is a Jeep, so not hard to remove these doors if you want to enjoy that open air feel. Take the top off and enjoy whatever trails you're on. Let's climb in here. You also have some other amenities such as automatic lights over here, and of course automatic climate control, which is very simple. And through your UConnect system, you also have heated seats and heated steering wheel, which is nice, especially with these Nappa Leather seats. And then you have a few other options here for safety and different setups there. As we look at the steering wheel here, it's a good handling steering wheel, and you have your controls to move through the menu, your voice assistant or phone controls right there. And here is the controls for your adaptive cruise control, as well as setting it right here. So turn that on right here. And of course, Jeep, we love it. So as I mentioned also, of course, this is a Jeep branded windshield, but you also see in the corner there a little Jeep. So they're all around in the design. Part of the updates to the interior here, of course, you have this nice top, which does retain or eliminate some sound, but also you'll notice that we have side curtain airbags now for the front and rear. So that's an upgrade, so a little bit more safety, as well as your front airbags that we've had for several years. And of course, your sound bar here does have LED lights for the front and rear, which is good visibility, low energy, and long lasting, so don't have to mess around with trying to replace those. This one even has your remote control here for your garage door, home link setup, gated entry, whatever the situation may be, and auto dimming rear view mirror. Hello there. And of course, you can see all the adjustments here and releases for the hardtop, which makes it a Jeep fun. So let's crank this up real quick. So you notice that our engine did not crank up because we are defaulting to EV mode. Of course, I do have a warning here that my door's open, but we're at 98% on the battery, which is showing 27 miles. So this one has a pretty good range overall, 144 miles. We've just been driving it around the dealership and showing 13.3 average MPG right now, but you could get that to 20 or higher on the highway. And then you have the little analog gauge here that shows when it's charging. You can set up a regenerative charge as you're driving down the road, which will help build up that. And you can see that over here on our drive modes, we're set up with hybrid. You could also go to electric mode or e-save, and the e-save would really milk the most out of that battery, and the electric would be just EV mode. And then the hybrid, of course, will go back and forth as the driving demands. And boy, look at this screen. The 12.3-inch screen is very nice and is standard on this trim, but this one also upgrades to the navigation system, as you can see. And this has a lot of goodies in it. Of course, Sirius satellite radio is included for 3 months, and you can see your UConnect controls for climate here and comfort. And vehicle settings is pretty neat. There's that forward-facing camera, and so you can see that as you're going up and down the trail, and the rear view camera. So just toggling those, you can see where you need to go and or what you're approaching, or in reverse even. And the navigation's actually pretty neat, because not only do you have a great visibility here, and you can zoom in and zoom out, of course, but this one has some predetermined trail routes that you can subscribe to that gives you access to a lot of the trails around. And I don't remember the exact number, but there's quite a lot of trails from around America built in here, which is pretty neat. So you have those options as well. And while we pulled it up here, let's talk about the USBs. So we do have quite a lot of chargers. So you even have an aux port, USB-C, USB-A for charging, and several more in the rear that we'll look at in just a minute. Also, you have a 12-volt DC charger. And down here in red is the locking differentials. So you can lock just the rear or the front and rear, which is part of this Rubicon package, which is pretty nice. And when those lock in together, you can pretty much get through anything you need to. Then you also have an off-road mode, or you can disconnect the front sway bar, which would allow for better driving experience when you're rock crawling. And then you have these auxiliary ports here to set up any other exterior lights or amenities that would need some power. You can control that. Of course, your 4 windows right here, window lock. And again, I've already mentioned this, but you have nice big knobs here for your volume and for your fan control. There's your push button start, of course. You do also have your wipers right here, your blinkers and brights right here, but everything's lit up really well so you can see without being so distracted. And of course, good visibility out of the Jeep, as you want to see all the way around. And what you can't see, usually down below, you have those camera views for that. So that's another good feature. And also you have a big knob here for your gear shift, and a traditional manual shift here as far as the knob control or the arm that you want in your Jeep. So you can see all the adjustments here, 4 high auto or part-time, all the way down to 4 low. And your hand e-brake is nice. Cup holders here, pretty traditional Jeep style. And then you have your 2-tiered console, which gives you a little bit, and a USB 2 right there, so a little bit more charge for speed in that USB-A. And again, soft console lid with the blue stitches, nice material as well. I think that's everything inside here. Last thing to mention, of course, is your assist or SOS button right up top. So if you are out and about, these will work on a telematic network and get you better assisted when necessary. I think that's everything inside. Let's check out the back. The first thing you notice is that you have a little bit higher back seat, because here's where the battery and some of those materials are encased. Of course, this is waterproof, like I mentioned, so treat it like a Jeep and enjoy. But it does sit up a little bit higher. So as we slide up in here, and of course this seat was pretty far back, but you do have decent leg room if this was adjusted accordingly. And your window switches are in the center here. You also have more chargers. So you have a regular outlet and 2 more USBs back here for your rear passengers. You can power anything you need. You also have little air vents for the rear passengers. Probably not the best overall ride if you're going off-road especially, but will make do. Do have full headrest for all 3 positions, and a fold down armrest with cup holders, if just 2 on the outboards here. So it really just depends on what your day-to-day is. But as you sit up higher, you do have a better visibility of what's coming and where you're headed to alleviate any motion sickness for back seat, or to give you a better view for back seat driving as I usually do. But everything's comfortable, same material, seat material here, same stitch pattern, and of course have some different cargo nets in the doors and the seat backs and other compartments to hang all of your travel necessities with you. And of course you do have a cargo light back there in the back, and of course I already talked about these LEDs right here. Nice handles to get in and out, and of course these doors are removed just like all the others for an easy fun airflow enjoyment in your Jeep Wrangler. I think that wraps it up for our conversation on this 2024 Jeep Wrangler 4xE Rubicon. And the one thing I wanted to show you, we had this sticker laid down so it wouldn't be in the visibility blocking the passenger, but this one as equipped is $72,160 with those upgrades. And of course there are several incentives available now, not to mention the possibility of federal incentives as well. So let's give it one more walk around here of this wonderful Wrangler. Go anywhere, do anything. It's up to you what you choose. If you have any questions or comments on this vehicle or any Jeep product, you can text me at 334-718-0504 or drop down in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you on the trail in your very own beautiful Jeep